Hey, welcome back. My name is Ray O'Daniel. Thanks for visiting my channel. In this video, we're going to be covering uh, pipelines, opportunities, and all about that, and some automation and how you can keep track of all your sales and leads and follow up with them in your sales process. So before we get started, if you have not, please subscribe to the channel. Click that button on there. Appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. And let's get to it. Okay, so here we are inside of one of our demo accounts inside of Highlevel. Now, before we get started here, I kind of wanted to help understand how we're going to proceed with this. So first of all, we're going to be covering what pipelines are, what opportunities are, how they're connected, and then after that, we're going to go into some details about funnels and how you, if you have like an opt-in funnel, how you can give stuff away and then start bringing all of your opt-ins and leads from your funnels or your websites into your pipelines and opportunities, and then how you could possibly follow up with them and keep track of them after that. So let's get started with pipelines. So here we're in the main screen. We're going to go down to the opportunities. Now, before we get into opportunities, I want to discuss pipelines. Pipelines are basically the structure of your particular sales process. So what I mean by that is everybody has their own sales process by which you get a customer and you might take them through a particular sales process, or if it's an appointment setting, how you follow up with getting a lead, setting an appointment, and then like what do you do if the appointment cancels or if the appointment doesn't show? How do you keep track of those leads so they don't go wasted, and then you follow up with them later? So right now, the pipeline is really just the structure of that particular process. So right now in this particular account, I'm going to be using just some built-in high-level default pipelines, opportunities, funnels, things like that, to kind of show you how those are connected. Now, hopefully it'll be a good enough example where you can build your own funnels, your own pipelines and opportunities, and then connect them the same way. So right now, what I'm going to deal with is this appointment setting. If you take a look here, this is a basic opt-in appointment setting type of pipeline. So the pipeline is just appointment setting. You're trying to get people into your business to schedule an appointment, to come in for your service or to come in for something. So right now, as you see, the very first stage that we have here is just called opt-in. Now, opt-in, it means they've signed up somewhere, they filled out a Facebook form for lead generation, they went to your website, went to your funnel, something like that, and filled out a form that they're going to be, that yes, they're going to raise their hand, I'm interested in your service. So first phase is going to be opt-in, then you're going to have appointment setting, then you're going to be, okay, well, what happens if it gets canceled prior, sort of pre-appointment? So if somebody comes up to it and they cancel it, how do we handle that? How do we handle not losing this lead? If they cancel it, how do we follow up with them? How do we get them re-engaged? So that's a particular phase, step in this pipeline. And then finally, no-show. They scheduled an appointment, they didn't cancel, they just didn't show up. How do you follow up after that? So right now, this is the pipeline, and these are the stages in the pipeline. Now, in here, there's two other options that you get: visible in the funnel chart, visible in the pie chart. I'm going to show you where those are. We're going to leave those on by default. And right now, if you have these selected, what's going to happen here is when you go to your dashboard, you're going to see funnels and you're going to see stages. Right now, what you're going to be able to see is this appointment setting. You're going to be able to see your opportunities and your phases right here in the dashboard if you have those selected. So I would recommend selecting those just so that when you hit the dashboard, you can tell, for instance, right here, how many opportunities you have, what kind of value you have in your pipeline. For instance, how many leads have come in and how do you assign a value to those leads, which we will go over that as well. But how do you know how much money you potentially have in the leads that you've generated into your funnel or your opt-in or your Facebook ads or whatever you're running? So right now, let's kind of hop back to opportunities. We discussed pipelines, the structure of building that particular pipeline. Those are just steps or placeholders, like different steps that particular person can go through in the sales process. Now, an opportunity, this is sort of the visual representation of the pipeline. So when you go to opportunities, this is where you're pretty much going to be spending most of your time in, your salespeople, because this is the visual representation of what are your different steps. As you see, you have the steps across the top, how many leads are in that step, what value you have in each particular stage or step of this, so that you know, hey, we might have a lot of people in opt-in, but nobody's scheduled an appointment. Well, we need to work on those. And how do you need to work on those, and how you can build automation to help you with that. So again, that's the very basics of pipeline and opportunity. So pipeline is the structure. Opportunities is more the visual interface that allows you to see all of the people. And we're going to show, right now we don't have anything in here, but we're going to add people to this and show you how these things can move from one phase or one step to another. Okay? Now, the next step that we're going to do here is, how do we begin gathering leads? And typically, what people use to gather leads is going to be a funnel. So right now, in this particular example, Highlevel is giving you a particular funnel. It's called a free $50 gift card. Now, you don't have to do this, okay? This is not something that you actually have to do. It's just a demo of just trying and giving you an example of how you can schedule, or how you can have a particular special that people can opt in for just to get new customers. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and open this up, and we're going to walk through this just briefly to kind of show you the components. So this is just a basic funnel step. Now notice if we come over here, I guess I should have gone over this beforehand before I edit it. This funnel has 3 steps. It has an offer claim, which means the very first step is going to be getting people to sign in, to opt in. Then the funnel is going to take them to a schedule page where they can actually schedule an appointment and get it booked. And then finally to a thank you page. That's kind of what the process that we're going to go through here. So now that we've looked at that, let's kind of see the steps that we're going to go through and the other components involved in this funnel. So here, when just a free $50 gift card. Now this is for a spa. This example is one of our demo accounts that deals with massages and med spas and things like that. So let's just say you're offering a free $50 gift card toward your service. All you're doing is basically just giving somebody $50 off your service, depending on what your service is. Now, for here, the biggest thing we want to do is claim your gift card. Notice that on here, claim your gift card are the big buttons. Those are the call to actions that are on here. Claim your gift card. Now, each one of these, if you click on the gift card and you come over here and look at it, all they do is open up the pop-up on the screen. So let's take a look at the pop-up here. So no matter what button you click, they all want you to get to this particular screen. So enter your info below to get your free $50 gift card. Now this is a basic form that's created within Highlevel, and I'll show you this form here. But this is a form that's already been created. They'll enter their first name, last name, email, phone, and just click claim offer. Now, when they do that, that form, once it's submitted, will eventually go into your CRM system. And from there, we're going to show you how you can use some workflows to begin putting people into the opportunities area and start utilizing the automation part of that, so that your sales team can begin following up with these people, and you can have a certain level of automation to follow up with them yourself. So right now, this is going to be the basic form. When they click on that, they're going to submit their information. Once they submit it, it's going to go into the CRM system, so you're going to have a new contact. Now, you can, for example, when that happens, you can have a workflow get created that might text you, hey, you got a new offer. That's a workflow that you can create. Is every time you get a new lead generated from your form, send off a little internal notification, what they call it, to send you a text message. It says, hey, you got a new sign up on the free $50 gift card, just to kind of keep you updated on a daily basis on your phone. Hey, how many people are signing up for this, just so that I know. And then once you get the text message, maybe you can follow up with them, as an example. So after you fill out the claim page, it's going to take you to the next page, which is the booking page. So I'm going to open this up real quick. This is going to be basically just thank you very much. It has a calendar widget. Now, the calendar in this is set up inside of Highlevel. So right now, the calendar is already configured with dates and times. You would just pretty much select it, choose a date and time, and you can get the appointment scheduled. All the information for the form gets populated inside of the calendar for the appointment. There's some automation behind the calendars. We're not going to go over calendars on this particular video here. If you're interested, I created a whole other video on my YouTube channel for calendars that showed you all about how to create them, team calendars and automation. Please check it out there. But once the person fills out this form and submits an appointment, then you can have automation at that particular point that sends them an appointment reminder to put on their calendar, follows up with them, and you can have workflows that kick off that can do other things like remind them a day before their appointment, remind them 4 hours before their appointment. And again, we did that automation in our calendar video, so you can check that out. So here, once they fill out this and schedule the appointment, then they can come to the thank you page, and it's just simply thank you. Somebody will get back to you or see you at your appointment. Something like that. We'll take a look at this. It doesn't really do anything, but just thank you for claiming your free gift card. We look forward to seeing you. So that is a simple funnel. Now what we want to do is tie this funnel into the pipeline. Now we're going to have to create some automation to do that for us. So right now, before I do that, I want to simply show you the form builder. So inside here, we have a form builder for the free $50 gift card. And if you just click on this, you can actually open up and see the form. You can edit it. You can make changes. You can do anything that you want to on here. So that's another area that you can work on. And then I will show you the calendar here for the calendar. We do have the free gift card claim. This right here is the calendar event that gets used with that. So you can look at it, and that calendar is already built in. So you kind of see, in order to make all this work, you're going to need several components all working together to build a simple funnel that can simply allow people to opt in, schedule an appointment, and then have your team follow up with them to get new customers. So we're going to go back to these sites. I'm going to go back to the free $50 gift card funnel, and we're going to simply open this up and view it. So here's the page. Assuming that this is the page that you're launching, that you're going to be putting Facebook ads, Google ads, sending out to your pre-existing customer database, whatever you want to do. You're just trying to get customers re-engaged to take advantage of the free $50 gift card and hopefully get new customers with this. So we're going to click on claim your gift card, but if you don't do this, notice that if you try to move your mouse out of the page, boom, that's a setting that you can put on the funnel page, where if you're trying to leave the page before you leave, hey, enter your information below to claim your free $50 gift card. Be original, just type in John Smith. Email, I'm just going to do John, free $50 gift card. And we'll just do free $50 gift card. Do So claim your offer. Now, here I just kind of want to show you what's happening here. The way the workflow that we just programmed worked is we don't need to move forward on this particular step right here. Okay. Once they submit that form, at this particular point, I'm going to pause here and go back just to look at what we've done. What we've configured in the workflow is once they submit the form, their information is going to go into the CRM system so you can keep track of them, and they're going to be added automatically into the specific appointment setting pipeline into the opt-in phase. So let's just take a look at that. So here in the contacts, we see Jane Smith here. That person's there. And if we now look at the opportunities area, now we see Jane Smith being in here, coming from their free $50 gift card. If I'm going to blow this up, Jane Smith, the source is free $50 gift card, and the value is 100. So now you can actually see, with just a simple workflow triggered off the form that we've got, we can move that person directly into the opportunities area. And from here, now we can sit back and do any number of things with workflows. Once somebody's been in this opportunity, we'll take a look at that in just a minute, but I just wanted to show you that the workflow that we just configured worked and everything went fine. So if we look at the automation, we sit back and look at the free $50 workflow. Here, if we sit back and look at the history, notice that we've got Jane Smith. Now, this is one function of the history that's really nice that you can sit back and take a look at too. Jane Smith was added to the workflow. This part, create the opportunity, was executed, and the workflow finished. So all of those actions happened, and this is a great place to go look in case there's any problems or anything like that. So everything happened fine. Everything was perfect. Now if we come back to the dashboard, now we see we've got some information here. We've got one opportunity in here. Now that was because we had those little sliders checked here on when we created the pipeline to show these things in the dashboard. We've got one opportunity. Right now the opportunity is one. It's worth $100. So we see, if we take a look here, The funnel says 1 opt-in, and that's worth 100. We don't have any other settings. And here we've got the stages, 1 in opt-in worth $100. So again, you can see we could do a lot of things here with this. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make this like a 2-hour long video where we go through everything regarding pipelines and opportunities. I really just wanted to sit back and show you a few things and then let you kind of expand on it from there. But once you get people into your opportunity, then you can sit back and simply follow up with them if you're not moving them along. So now what I want to do is come back into the automation area and show you some other things here. So right now, we're going to go ahead and create another workflow. So the workflow that we created simply took the form submission and moved that person into the opportunity. That's what it did. So once we do that, there's one particular workflow that I really like in here that's pretty cool that I think you guys can build off of, and that's this recipe for the Fast 5. Now, this Fast 5 recipe here is a workflow that's basically built for responding to people within 5 minutes. So right now, if you get a lead, you need to communicate with that lead and get them to do something, take some action within 5 minutes. And the whole point of this is just to simply strike while the iron's hot, if that makes sense, so that as soon as they submit it, you're going to be on it, and you don't wait 15 or 20 minutes until they're on to their next thing and they forget about, or they don't have time to come back and book an appointment because they've moved on from your particular page, and that's not on their mind anymore. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom back out here, select this. Now, this right here is going to be a great workflow that you can take and manipulate, change things in here if you want to. It's just basically a template that Highlevel gives you that you can utilize. Now, what I want to do on here is to kind of show you some of the things that this can do. First of all, we don't have any trigger. So keep in mind, if you wanted to trigger this, you would have to come back here to the form, add the form field, for this form being submitted. You see on this, you do have a create opportunity. So right now you do have that same type of structure that we had before, but we have create opportunity. We can fill out the exact same information here, the lead value. Now, once we do this, you see that this is an offer claim confirmation email. So what this does is just simply sends out an email to the email address he specified saying, hey, congrats on claiming our offer. First name. So congrats on claiming our offer, John. The next step to redeem your offer is to book an appointment. And here it even sends them a link to the booking appointment calendar for them to book an appointment. Now, if they already did it on the funnel page, which you said they could have, then they don't need to book this. But you're trying to strike, again, while it's hot and they're on your page and they're looking to book an appointment. So this is one thing that you can do. You can send out an SMS, which is the same thing. It sends out a booking link there as well. So you sit back and for this, it says, congrats on claiming our offer. Have you ever experienced this service before? Now, this right here is where you can actually, pretty cool, you can send them some information and saying, have you ever used our service before? Basically, are you a customer, a new customer or not? Well, here, as you see, it sends an SMS and then it says wait. It's waiting for somebody to reply to that text message. And it's going to wait and time out after 2 minutes. So it's not going to wait forever. It's only going to wait 2 minutes. And then after that, the workflow kind of cancels. You can make it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however you want. But you're really just trying to get them engaged. They fill out the form. You're sending them an email. You're sending them a text message. Hey, great. Have you used our service before? And typically, if they're going to do this, they're going to reply yes or no. So here is a component of the workflow called an if else statement. So it has some logic to it. So here what you do is, did they reply to the SMS? Contact replied, true. So all this means is saying that once they reply, if they replied and said something, then move down this path. So if they replied yes, they're going to go down through this path. If they replied no, they're going to go down through this path. So here's some of the other cool features. Let's just say that if they say no, that they have not they have not used your service before, they answered no. Here's a great thing that they can do here. It's called Call Connect. So if you've ever used this before, what this high-level workflow can do is basically if they say no, that they've never been a customer before, you may want to have your appointment setters literally get on the phone and talk with them to get that appointment booked if they haven't booked already, because you want to do everything that you can to get that customer engaged, right? So this call connect feature basically just says as soon as they call back no, what this is going to do is the workflow is going to end up calling a team member, one of the sales team members, and this call whisper. What this means is this is what the workflow is going to say to the staff member. You have a new lead from John. They're going to put in their first name, or their contact name, John Smith. Press any key to connect to John. That's what the message is going to automatically tell the salesperson. Oh, we got a new lead. So as soon as they do that, the salesperson hits any key on their phone. At that particular point, Highlevel then makes a phone call to the person who just submitted the form to the salesperson, and they get on a call and they book something. So that's a cool feature, and all of that can be 100% completely automated just using a workflow and integrated again with your pipeline. So again, you can go over a bunch of this other stuff. Workflows are a really huge key. I'd recommend taking a look at the video that we have on workflows just to kind of show you some of the possibilities that you can have. But inside of your opportunities, just to explain some of the things that you can do. Let's just say in Jane Smith, if you don't want somebody to stay in, if they're in the opt-in stage, but they haven't moved to the appointment setting stage within, say, 5 minutes, then you can initiate a workflow and do that call connect feature that calls a salesperson that makes sure that they book an appointment. But let's just say if they come in here and they stay in the opt-in and they do move to the appointment set, so now the appointments are booked, great. Once they're in the appointment set thing, this is where you can actually have a workflow kickoff that says, hey, appointment reminders, remind them a day before the appointment, remind them 4 hours before the appointment, and you can send out a text message and email, remind them an hour before the appointment. All of these things can be done using a lot of those templates, those template appointment setting things I've already showed you in the workflow area. Those are already pre-built. You can just use those to do this exact same thing here in the opportunities area. So right now, if somebody goes through it and cancels it, a workflow kicks off that says, hey, one of the triggers could be a change in appointment status. Let's just say the appointment status changes from booked to canceled. Well, now that's your trigger. You kick off another workflow that will then, for instance, move them from canceled back into the opt-in phase. Maybe you want to move them back into the opt-in very first stage so that you know that they need to be set up the appointment again and move forward. But again, once you move them into the opt-in, then you've got 5 minutes. Have they booked the appointment? If not, then the workflow that you have automatically calls the salesperson. The salesperson books the appointment. So can you see how all of these workflows that you get created work with each other to keep basically your sales team moving people from opt-in to appointment set to actually winning that particular customer? So these are just some of the things that you can do inside of Highlevel. You can create as many pipelines as you want to. There's no limit to the number of that. You can create as many stages as you want. I would just say try to minimize how many stages you have, because you really don't want to have a pipeline with like 15 or 20 different stages. That's a lot. You'll have a lot of people inside of your pipeline and your opportunities at that particular point. And the whole goal of this is really just to keep visibility on all the leads that you get in to make sure they're moving forward in the sales process. That's really it. That's all that you're looking to do with pipelines and opportunities, is to make sure that you don't get a lead and the lead just sits there and you do nothing with it. So in the visual opportunity screen, you can have your salespeople come here to the dashboard, to the opportunities, and as soon as they get an opportunity, you could say, hey, notify me via text or email. So for instance, in this particular automation, I can show you real quick here. Let's just take the workflow that they submit the form, they go into the opportunity. So here we'll just say this particular thing is called an internal notification. So you say, I want to notify via SMS. I want to notify the assigned user, whoever the salesperson has been assigned to that particular person. And this could be a message, follow up. So right now you could simply click on that, save it. Now, every time somebody submits the form, that person gets put into the CRM system. From the CRM, they also get added to this opt-in stage of the opportunity, and the sales team, whoever got assigned to that particular lead, now gets notified that a new lead is out there for them to go do something with. So hopefully you found the video useful here. I'm trying to give you enough information to where you can at least begin building out these particular systems. But I really hope you take advantage of the pipeline and the opportunities feature, especially if you have a customer that gets lead and lead management. This is an excellent platform for doing so. So if you did find the video useful, please click on the like on this, leave me a comment. I always appreciate it. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and have a great day. Hey, I want to thank you again for visiting my channel and give you one more little thing here. If you are interested in Highlevel and getting some additional high-level training, please see the link in the description below. I do have a free course I'm offering that covers everything related to Highlevel and gives you all the information that you need to know. Thank you so much and have a great day.